Rain, rain, go away, come again some other day. Welcome to Fantasy Sports Live, brought to you by DraftDay.com. I am Crazy Gaby, and there are only seven games tonight, but two of them are almost certain to be canceled. Huge storm front moving through the Northeast. Cincinnati and Chicago. I would not be taking players from either of those games, except as maybe occasional large tournament plays. Little teeny piece of news broke this weekend. Just a small little morsel. Had to do with that team, the Los Angeles Clippers, who are in the Western Conference playoffs right now, trying to battle their hearts out to get to the finals. Have an actual shot, but not so much in my opinion after this weekend. Donald Sterling, of course, their owner, had a few choice words, a couple of interesting comments to say that were related to some subject matter that I'm not going to go into here. You already know about it, but suffice to say, from a daily fantasy perspective, I just don't trust these Clippers at all anymore. It's just really hard when you have something this big looming over you. I mean, you saw the guys, they're obviously thinking about it, the showing of solidarity at the game by turning their warm-ups inside out, wearing the black socks, wearing the black armbands. DeAndre Jordan tweeting out the black blank screen with no caption, obviously spoke volumes. And everybody around the world, sports or just entertainment industry in general, are giving their opinion, their take on this. I love you, Clippers. I think you have a strong team, but I'm going to go as far to say that this is not your year this season. I just think it's too big of an issue to come up at too crucial of a time. Friends, come in a little closer. I got to tell you about something. You see, I discovered something amazing last week. Draft Day Leagues. I had no clue they had these, but they are amazing. A kick-ass customizable DFS experience if I've ever seen one. On that same note, we're bringing back a fan favorite with the Fantasy Sports Live League featuring my Five Guys contests. For those of you that missed it the first time around, Five Guys contests are a series of weekly double-ups, Monday through Friday, where half the field makes their money back as normal, but the top 5 players each day are going to get entered into Saturday's free roll, where you guessed it, the top 5 players are going to win some awesome prizes. I want to find out if you have what it takes to be one of my 5 guys. Click the link below for Draft Day Leagues, learn all about them, enter in the Five Guys contest at the Fantasy Sports Live League tonight. Josh Shepardson just put out a kick-ass NFL draft preview that I strongly recommend you read. You can find out how he thinks the top 10 picks are going to pan out and how each one will affect the daily fantasy landscape. For the first time ever, you can also step inside the mind of daily fantasy juggernaut Lucror with the first ever edition of Operation Lucror. This column is going to detail the daily fantasy life through the eyes of one of the top professionals, and it's going to contain lots of helpful tips to make you become a better DFS player. You can find links for all these articles below. I recommend you get clicking. Lots of good content to read here on a Monday. Looking at tonight's featured players from my Five Guys article, you've got Madison Bumgarner for $15,300. Now, he's been up and down a little bit, but 29 strikeouts in his last 4 starts, and the Padres are in the bottom third in total team strikeouts. On top of that, for as bad as San Diego is at home, they hit even worse on the road, and AT&T Park is a pitcher's haven. If you're looking for a hitter, tonight is the night you pay up for Troy Tulowitzki. At $13,050, he carries a steep cost requirement, but he is my top overall hitter. There's no one else I would rather have. He's the one guy I'm going to slot into my roster along with Madison Bumgarner, and I'm going to build around him. Facing a weak lefty and playing at the hitter-friendly Chase Field, there's also a massive drop-off in quality at the other shortstops. If he goes off and you have a dud, gets you negative points or something like that, it's going to be very difficult to make up those points at a different position. Today's question of the day: what do you think should happen to Donald Sterling? Should the NBA find a way to reprimand a racist old white guy who technically did nothing illegal, but do we really want that in the game? I say no. I say they have to do something. They cannot turn a blind eye to this time. It's simply too much. Tell me your thoughts. Leave them below. I'd love to have a discussion with you. If you liked what you saw, remember to like the video and subscribe. You're going to get all of the daily fantasy news you can handle delivered to you daily. Don't miss a beat. I'm Crazy Gaby for Fantasy Sports Live, reminding you to be a man. Grow yourself a beard.